Ladies and gentlemen, visiting officers, please stand for the arrival of the Public Health Service Officer Basic Course, Class 110, and remain standing for the arrival of the official party, presentation of the colors, and singing of our PHS March. Announcing the arrival of the official party. It is my distinct honor and privilege to announce the arrival of Rear Admiral Carrie Nestler, Assistant Surgeon General. The Officer Basic Course Color Guard will now bring forward the colors, which will be followed by the National Anthem, our PHS March, and the invocation. Color Guard, advance the colors. Please join us in singing our Public Health Service March. may we do what is needed with courage and skill. Be a loyal ally to my fellow officers in my country. Bless us this day and keep us safe from harm. Diminish my fears, grow my courage, and heal my spirit. Bless me as I do my duty today. The best I can, strengthen me in my mind, body, and spirit, and help me to respect my adversary. Bless and protect us this day in all we must do. Color Guard, retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, visiting officers, please be seated. Class, take seats. Good morning. I am Lieutenant Latoya Crabb, one of the instructors with the Commissioned Officer Training Academy. I would like to personally welcome and thank Rear Admiral Nestler, distinguished guests, family, and friends for your support of these new officers and the future of the Commissioned Corps. We are honored today to have many visiting officers that have come to celebrate the accomplishments of this class. At this time, I would like to ask Chief Professional Officers in the crowd to please stand. Thank you for your time and efforts in support of the Commissioned Corps. At this time, will all of our visiting family members and friends please stand? On behalf of all of the officers here, I extend our sincere appreciation of your support and sacrifice as these officers work to meet the public health mission both in our nation and around the world. Thank you for all that you do to support these officers. It is vital to the successful fulfillment of our mission. Will everyone please join me in showing these family members and friends another round of applause? Thank you. Please take your seats. The 23 officers of OBC 110 have taken the first step in answering the call to service to our nation in various capacities, including clinical care, patient education, administration, and research. They serve in 5 different agencies spanning 11 states. They have shown great dedication over the past 2 weeks, studying hard as they have learned about the history of the Public Health Service, uniformed services, customs, and courtesies, the incident command structure, the challenges of leadership, the power of teamwork, and the meaning of personal accountability. They know the core values of leadership, service, integrity, and excellence, and have accepted the responsibility to represent those values. At this time, I would like to recognize the Honor Squad, the squad which has consistently excelled in mastering the course content, drill, and working together as a team. Would the members of 3rd Squad please stand for a round of applause? It is a privilege for me to now present to you the class representative who will speak on behalf of this class's dedication and vision. Lieutenant Commander Nirma Bustamante. Please come forward to represent your class.
I am a giant. I may not look like the larger-than-life creatures that fill the pages of our childhood. I may not have the ability to climb down a beanstalk or wrestle with dragons. But open your ears and hear me. I am a giant, standing shoulder to shoulder with OBC 110, the giants that will change the world through public health. We do not stand here alone. We stand on the shoulders of those that nurtured us through our hard work and perseverance, and allow us to stand tall, stand proud. Rear Admiral Nessler, CPOs, adjunct instructors, and commissioned officer training academy cadre. Thank you for providing the foundation for the path we're about to embark on, and for providing us the tools to forge ahead. We stand before you feeling fortunate to be the future of the United States Public Health Service. The ones whose hard work and determination was reinforced with opportunities, mentors, and support systems to make a difference in the world. We represent the spectrum of the population we will be serving, a diversity in skill set, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, religion, and language. It is these differences that will allow us to bring the future of the Corps forward, to continue to modernize our historical institution, OBC 110. It has been an absolute privilege to stand beside you. I know I speak for us all when I say it would be an honor to work alongside any one of you on any deployment in the most remote parts of the country and around the world. Your leadership, service, integrity, and excellence is inspiring. Yet, it has been your laughter, your camaraderie, your constant encouragement, and endless kindness that has made this experience memorable. It was through our rigorous coursework and focused exercises that the core of our humanity has come through. It is these qualities that bring forth the strength of the Commissioned Corps. As we move on from OBC, remember to be patient. We're still going to have moments of trying to figure out when to salute, not salute, open the door, not open the door, walk ahead, walk to the left, or is it the right? Put our heads like a hamburger, and sing the right tune at the right tempo. But just remember the end goal, to make humanity better. And be sure to be on time with 2 minutes, 14 seconds, 56 milliseconds left. Just take comfort in the fact that we will all be in it together. We should all be as patient, empathetic, and kind to one another as we are to the communities that we serve. Let us be the role models some of us did not have as we grew up. By not only talking the talk, but leading, inspiring, and empowering while we walk. Let us stand on the shoulders of the giants who came before us, because now it is up to us. Stand proud to serve along our sister services, who have sacrificed so much for our country. Let us focus on being the best versions of ourselves. We cannot expect more, but never accept any less. Stand shoulder to shoulder to create the foundation for those not afforded the opportunities provided to us. The ones whose lives we have and will continue to work so hard to change. Be the giants whose shoulders the next generation will stand on. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Commander Bustamante. The challenges to public health today are substantial. Throughout its 220-year history, the Public Health Service has been instrumental in our mission to protect, promote, and advance the health and safety of our nation. At this time, it is an honor for me to introduce an individual who is a leader among leaders, someone who bears the heavy weight of assuring that we stand ready, respond quickly and effectively, and overcome the challenges of our public health mission. A leader who represents the core values of integrity, service, excellence, and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Rear Admiral Carrie Nestler, Assistant Surgeon General.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. And thank you, Lieutenant Commander Bustamante. Excellent speech, wonderful presentation. You hit it on the nail. And be grateful, all of you. We did not have OBC when I came in 33 years ago. So you will do just fine, I guarantee it. You're all so shiny uniforms and bright and smart. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so delighted to be here with you today and to address the graduates of the Commissioned Corps Officer Basic Course 110 classes. I want to officially bring greetings from your Surgeon General, Vice Admiral Jerome Adams. He really asked me to convey his warmest congratulations and welcome to the United States Public Health Service. Like your predecessors, you all collectively embody the ideals and principles born out of our long and distinguished history as the Public Health Service. And actually, Public Health Service 1789, as you can see, is about 230 years ago now. And then they actually turned us into a uniform service 130 years ago. So we're actually a little bit older than the Navy. We did wear this uniform before the Navy. You reflect that wonderful diversity of our present-day nation. There are many, but one thing that stands out in my mind that is so special about the United States Commissioned Corps is the diversity of the public health categories that come together for a healthier and safer future for our nation. In addition to physicians, dentists, nurses, and pharmacists that me as a nurse is very accustomed to working with, when I came into the Corps, it was just so inspiring and interesting and knowledge-bringing to sit down and discuss public health issues with veterinarians, with engineers, with environmental health, with scientists, to get that little different perspective of public health, a little different model of care. I really encourage all of you to embrace that and use it to your advantage because it is so special of the Commissioned Corps. So welcome to the United States Public Health Service Commissioned Corps. Welcome to our family. Now that you've weathered this 2 weeks isolation from your family and your friends and survived this devotion and attention and expertise of your OBC instructors, you really are ready to graduate with honors of your OBC class. And regarding your instructors, I'm sure you'll all agree that they've served you well, and they're really extremely proud of you also. They are model officers. And I'd like all those that participated in this instruction of the OBC class to please stand and be recognized. Any other of you in here? Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and attention. In the past few weeks, I know you've probably learned something about public health and about our Commissioned Corps. You've learned something about each other, and I bet to say you've learned a lot about yourself. As health professional officers, you are on the forefront of efforts to educate and inform the nation regarding the public health challenges it faces now and we will face in the future. Whether delivering health care, managing complex programs, building health systems, strengthening the health workforce professions, shepherding critical research, interacting with leadership of federal, state, or local government, participating in trainings and deployments, assisting with core operations and policies, partnering with our professional organizations and our academic institutions. Core officers, you wear the mantle of the nation's public health leadership. We articulate public health advice to the public. We amplify the concepts, the principles, and priorities enumerated by our Surgeon General. The significance of the Commissioned Corps, especially at this critical period in our history, is magnified by the opportunities of the United Nations Strategic Development Goals, Healthy People 2030 that are right on the horizon, and the modernization of the Corps. The role of the Public Health Service takes on an even greater importance given our public health challenges, such as the rising burden of NCDs or non-communicable diseases, the obesity epidemic, the increase of diabetes, hypertension, cancers, strains on our national healthcare resources, leaving ever greater portions of our population more vulnerable to disruptions in services. Meanwhile, the world faces an increasing threat of infectious diseases, which are not contained by geographic or political boundaries. Recent events around the globe have highlighted the degree to which influenza, measles, HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, Ebola, poverty, catastrophic natural disasters, and political instability in some countries continues to threaten the health of our humanity. So regardless of your agency assignment, Corps officers have chosen service over material reward. And we demonstrate a genuine desire and capacity to serve humanity, particularly those in greatest need. And as such, we are a collective cadre without equal. As our newest members, you represent and espouse the science, the ideals and principles that lie at the heart of our great nation. Over the course of your careers, you'll accomplish difficult missions in local, regional, national, international arenas with innovation and courage. But you'll also inspire others to do the same. And right now, I'd like to put a personal touch on these issues. A visionary Corps leader and friend of mine, Rear Admiral John Bath, retired, gave a speech called The Invisible Man. It was one of his greatest speeches, I thought, and it is predicated on the millions of people who suffer indescribable miseries because they are invisible to the rest of the world. And in honor of Rear Admiral Bath, I'd like to provide a small portion of that speech to you today. I am an invisible person. Invisible because you choose not to see me. I am the obese 10-year-old schoolboy headed toward a lifetime of type 2 diabetes. But my mother cannot easily find the fruits and vegetables in our neighborhood she knows I need to keep me healthy. And the streets in my neighborhood are too dangerous to go outside and play. I am the teenage pregnant waitress, and my unborn child and I are daily subjected to secondhand smoke in the restaurant where I work. My child could be born prematurely, her lungs will not be well developed, and asthma will be her inheritance. I am the newborn baby infected with HIV/AIDS. No one told my mother to get a $5 HIV/AIDS test when she was pregnant so she could receive antiviral treatment. And now, I too may die from the virus, and you may spend about $600,000 along my difficult road towards AIDS. I'm a bricklayer. Until last year, I took 1 pill a day for my high blood pressure. Last Thursday, I had a heart attack. Now I have 9 different prescriptions. The nurse told me not to pick up anything heavier than 5 pounds. Everything at my work weighs more than 5 pounds. Can someone help me? I could live near the bottom of that thing called the socioeconomic ladder. Perhaps because I'm not well educated, perhaps because I don't speak English well, perhaps because I'm sick, perhaps because I had some hard knocks in life, perhaps because along life's course model, I was not provided the opportunities afforded them. Perhaps, well, just perhaps. I am of every race, ethnicity, and gender, yet I am invisible. Those were the words of Rurab Mobad. So now how can we, who are assembled here, we the members of the greatest only public health service in the world, bring that intangible yet vital something to the people who are not seen? How can we do together to offer them hope for a better day? So OBC officers, why is it that you have selected the United States Public Health Service Commission Board? If I were a betting woman, and I'm really not, I would put up my hands that it is your values that make you stand here today. Elvis Presley, of all people, said, "Values are like fingerprints. Nobody's are the same, and you leave them all over everything you do." So what are your values, and what fingerprints will you leave behind? And again, I bet deep-seated in many of you are the core values that you learned from your supporters here today. Your family, your friends, a teacher, a mentor, another veteran, or maybe it's just something from within you. Core values that champion trust in yourself and others, kindness to our fellow man, standing up for the disadvantaged, respect for our differences, courage to do the right thing. And even though we own our own individual values, those values reflect on all of us and leave an imprint on everything we do. And now, again, it's good exercise for you. I'd like to ask the family and friends of these fine officers to stand and again be recognized for your significant contribution to the development of these officers. Thank you so much. And as our spokesperson said, and you've learned throughout these 2 weeks, we do espouse those 4 core values of leadership, service, integrity, and excellence. Thank you for upholding your individual core values and the values of the United States Public Health Service. You exemplify all that is good in our nation. So in closing, OBC officers, you and I made a promise, but I said it's far more than a promise. I consider it to be more like a bond. You remember that day when we promised to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic? Well, we certainly have no shortage of enemies, in particular for us, those insidious domestic threats like health disparities, intolerance, infant mortality, maternal mortality, unsafe drugs, tobacco use, alcohol misuse, poverty, environmental toxins, vaping now. Yes, you and I promise to defend against all those threats for the invisible person and for all of us. So please do not forget this. Remember that greatness is not defined what rank we wear on our shoulder or our sleeve or our collar. It's really defined by what we do, the actions that we take. and I see a Corps standing in the most respected uniform on earth and speaking to people not only about the science behind our enemies, but a willingness to move processes, systems, and minds if we are to win our battles. So make a difference, OBC officers. You do have the power. And lastly, in keeping with tradition, I'd like to call to the stage Lieutenant J.G. Romilly Singajeni. Please come up. She is an HSO officer, a health service officer, a physician assistant. She is the most junior officer in your OBC class and a symbol of the growth in all of you. The confidence and the expectations that you all will lead, excel, and serve with integrity throughout your careers. And now I do intend to give you something, Lieutenant J.G. On behalf of Vice Admiral Adams, our Surgeon General, I am happy to present to you a 3-star collar device. The Surgeon General, as a Vice Admiral, wears 3 stars. It's the same type of collar that he wears every day. You are now charged with keeping it on behalf of this class. You carry this responsibility because every officer, regardless of their rank, is a leader with limitless opportunities. He hopes you'll accept it and keep it as an inspirational reminder of what can be achieved when remaining true to the principles of leadership, service, integrity, and excellence. So please join me in applauding Lieutenant J.G. Singajeni as your So with that, OBC class of 110, I congratulate you again and wish you all the best as you return to your family, your friends, your homes, and your duty stations. It's really been an honor for me to be here with you today, and I enjoyed meeting each and every one of you. Farewell, officers. Acknowledge that invisible person. Stay true to both your own values and the core values, and be proud as you promise to protect, promote, and advance the health and safety of this great nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rear Admiral Nestler. Attention to orders. Rear Admiral Nestler, these officers have completed all of the requirements of the Officer Basic Course with excellence. We attest to their readiness to meet our mission with service, integrity, excellence, and leadership. We recommend they now receive their certificates of completion. Ma'am, do you concur?
I concur.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Class, take the seats. As I call your name, please proceed across the stage. Lieutenant Lola Adeni.
Close. Got a couple hats in there.
Are we upside down?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's practice one more. There it is.
It's always tough with her.
Lieutenant Aaron Lau. Lieutenant Commander Irma Bustamante. Lieutenant Nicholas Deputy. Lieutenant Victoria Fields. Lieutenant Joshua Foster. Lieutenant Brandy Freeman Ponder. Lieutenant Stephen Friedemann. Lieutenant Junior Grade Michael Gonzalez. Lieutenant Commander Vanessa Goso. Lieutenant Marisa Hess. Lieutenant Lisa Wong. Lieutenant Kendall Kalki. Lieutenant Shira Michelle Lynn. Olivia McGovern. Lieutenant Junior Grade Stanley Wabinwe. Lieutenant Ijeoma Odigwe. Lieutenant Oluwaseun Oshunbumi. Lieutenant Stephen Perez. Lieutenant Commander Jared Brisbane. Lieutenant Junior Grade Chantel Roberts. Lieutenant Janit Bell Torres Mendoza. Lieutenant Junior Grade Romilly Senegini. At this time, we would like to recognize the distinguished graduate. The distinguished graduate is selected by class members and confirmed by the Coda Cadre to be recognized as an individual who has demonstrated the core values and qualities of a PHS officer. The officer embodies the concepts of being a true leader and revealed the merits of service, leadership, integrity, and excellence throughout the 2-week OBC training. Would Lieutenant Stephen Friedman please come forward?
Just one thing?
Yes, please.
Rear Admiral Nestler, do you have any final words, ma'am?
A big congratulations to all of you. Welcome to the Commission Corps, and I am so proud. You're all fantastic. Welcome.
Class, attention. Ma'am, presenting the officers of the future of the Commission Corps. Please give these officers a round of applause. OBC 110, is there anything you would like to say to Rear Admiral Nestler?
OBC 110!
Ma'am, these formal proceedings are now complete. Request permission to dismiss the class.
Permission granted.
Class dismissed.